What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, from the Tiger Fitness Facebook group. Really love that place. Click on the link down below to get on there. It's a great place, very supportive. From Greg Bevins, whatever. Please give me some information on bulking and cutting, more so on the transition from a cut to a bulk, stay at maintenance calories, or just straight up bump those fucking calories to the roof. Should also touch on macronutrient goals you need when bulking and trying to keep as much fat off as possible. How long to bulk, what splits work best, blah, 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 blah. Talk about how main compound movements, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're going to stay off of weight training for the most part and just get into the diet because I want to keep this very focused. Now, let's say you cut down. Okay, you start at, let's say, 3,000 calories. And I will say for the record, for cutting, my recommendation, as well as the recommendation by data from Helms 2014 and the Journal of the International Society of Sport Nutrition, what they usually recommend is 1 gram to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight when dieting. So when trying to lose weight, it's 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight of protein. Fat, I like to keep it essential. I like to keep it as much as your body needs to have normal hormonal and other functions that fat provides. That is set between 0.3 and 0.5 grams per pound of body weight. And then you fill in the rest of carbohydrate. What you do is you find your total caloric intake needed. You could do that by measuring your calories for a whole week, taking the average weight every day on a week you didn't gain, okay, or lose, where you stayed the same. Let's say you're 170 pounds and you eat this, you measure your calories from Monday through Sunday, and then you take that total amount of calories, let's say it comes out to 30,000, whatever, and you divide it by 7. That number is the calories you will need every day. So you fill that in with 1 gram to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight, 0.3 to 0.5 grams of fat, and then you do fill in the rest with carbohydrates, just whatever that number is left over. Now, what you do is you start the cutting diet off at 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So as you get lower, you can adjust the protein to basically lower your calories. Never go below 1 gram per pound. Same with fat. Start at 0.5 grams, so that for a 200-pound person, that would be 100 grams of fat. And you can lower that down to as low as 0.3 or even higher. Carbohydrates start as high as humanly fucking possible and go lower. Now, as you go lower, your metabolism does something called adapting. It's not metabolic damage, it's metabolic adaptation. Let me explain how that works. Your body is built to survive. It's built to be fat, because what is fat? It's fucking stored energy. So in order to build muscle and lose fat, you're basically saying fuck you to your evolutionary trend, your evolutionary development. So what you're gonna do is you're going down. So the reason you hit stick points is not only are you at a lower body weight, which requires less calories to operate on, but also because your metabolism's saying, hold on guys, hold on. We need to slow this down or else we're gonna run out of energy, stored energy, which is fat, and we're gonna die. And until this winter's over and we come out of this cave, there are no woolly mammoths out there. So let's say you diet down from 3,000 calories, whatever I said, and at the end of your diet, you're at 1,000 calories. I know that sounds low, but bear with me, because it's just an example. It's not saying you should go down to 1,000. So let's say your maintenance that you used to have is 3,000. Because right now, you don't know your maintenance. You just know that you ended your diet at 1,000 calories. What happens if you go to 3,000 calories? Your body's gonna be like, fuck, we're gonna live. So your body is gonna take in all this fucking calories. And you're gonna find all that weight you lost, let's say you're at 5% body fat, your body's initial goal is to store as much fucking fat as possible. You're gonna go really, really fast from 5% to 15% body fat. And you're gonna look like absolute shit and be fatter than you were before you started your diet. Here's what you do. And I have this all outlined on how to do this at a book. It's free. All my books are free now, 100% free. I'm done charging for shit. www.massdiet.com. That's MASS diet.com. So what you do, the same way you dieted down, let's say you were decreasing by 250 calories every time that your weight loss stalled. So let's say you were at 1,500 calories, your next drop when you stopped losing 1 to 2 pounds a week was 1,200 calories, 1,250 calories, right? So 1,500 to 1,250. All right, so what you do is build up. First thing you want to do is, let's say you're at 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and then you're at 0.3 grams of fat per pound of body weight. Then your carbs are at whatever the fuck they're at, right? First thing you want to do is build up your fat. Yeah, I know you're thinking, but I want some fucking carbs. I want your fat back up to 0.5. So let's say you're a 200-pound person. I want you to take that 0.3, which is around, I think, 60 or 70 grams of fat, 60. I want you to get that to 100. So I want you to raise your fat calories by about 200 calories every time a stick point's hit, meaning you don't gain 1 to 2 pounds a month. That's right, I said a month. You're gonna be gaining slowly. And then you're gonna raise your fat again and again until you hit 100 grams or 0.5 grams per pound of body weight. Next thing you do is raise your protein. Not much, because you're going into a bulk, right? Say you're a little bit under a gram, get it back up to a gram of protein per pound. Make sure you're there. Now, since you're bulking, you don't necessarily need 1.5 grams per pound of body weight because you're gaining. You're in a surplus. And you don't have to worry about retaining lean mass as much as you did when you were cutting. So I want you to go ahead and start raising your carbohydrate. How high? Till you fucking get fat. Basically, you're only going to be gaining 1 to 2 pounds a month. So if you're gaining 1 to 2 pounds a month, you're not going to get fat. So just raise your calories or your carbohydrate at that point, and you're at 1 gram of protein per pound, 0.5 grams of fat per pound. Raise your carbohydrate as needed to keep gaining 1 to 2 pounds a month. Again, you also have other things like cardio and all that, but I'm going to look at that separately. That's not the point of this video. So let's say you want to diet back down. Another show comes on. Same thing. You have your protein set at 1.5. Let's say you build back to 1.5 or you get it to 1.5 to start your diet. You just raise it there arbitrarily. Fat to 0.5, wherever the carbs are, leave them there. Start cutting your calories just as you did before at around 200 to 250 per stick point hit. That's the way I do it. I don't like sudden increases or sudden decreases. Your diet should be like this. Okay, it shouldn't be like this. That's a mess. And that'll cause yo-yo dieting. That'll cause you to get fat as fuck. That'll cause you to have to diet too fucking hard. It'll cause a lot of muscle loss, and it's also not good for your health. Yo-yo dieting has been shown to be worse than actually being fat in some data. But anyways, guys, that's it. Hopefully I answered your question. I'll go ahead and link the mass diet below, and enjoy it. That's not a game.